You have a background blurred, right? I can go behind you.
Hello, Brianna. Hello, Ignacio. Welcome.
Hi, Akiko. Thanks.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm doing the word of the day slide. So.
Oh, good, good.
Brianna, you don't need to do the slide, it's already done.
Oh, okay, great. So I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So to everyone, if you have some role today, can you rename your name? Like me, like you put that role in front of your name, please. Hello, Luis. Thank you for coming.
Hi, who is there? Who is speaking? Raquel?
I am speaking. I am Akiko with blue background.
Okay, Akiko, I can see you now.
Hello.
Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you. We are about to start our meeting in 1 or 2 minutes.
All right. I'll be here waiting for you.
Thank you.
Hi, Luis. It's Raquel here.
Oh, Raquel, you look so different. Okay, in the video. women are always changing, right? So they have their hair cut, the makeup, they put on they wear different glasses. Okay, so
yeah, that's exactly what I did. I cut my hair yesterday.
I can see it. Okay, so mine too, right? Can you see it? I just
yes.
I'll just finish something here and then I'll come back, right? So I'm here. I just need one.
Okay.
All right, so is everything okay, guys? Shall we start? Okay, so welcome, Luis Carlos. Yes. Oh, Akiko, she changed her background. Who is your idol, Akiko? Tell us a little bit.
I think everybody know him. Even I know him. He is Toquinho, very great Brazilian singer and composer.
All right. So Brasilia, Akiko knows about the Brazilian music, Brazilian culture. That's beautiful.
I really like that.
You
And
can
then,
learn a lot of Portuguese listening to his songs.
yeah, very beautiful songs. I like it.
All right. So guys, we shall start the meeting. Yes. Pedro is already practicing with the colors. All right. So welcome you all. Good afternoon. I will start the slide presentation. I will be your Toastmaster of the day this afternoon. So let's start. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen? Thank you, Raquel. Thank you, Pedro. Right, so let's go. Nice. Brasília Toastmasters, the slogan is where leaders are made, and we are the President's Distinguished Club. Yes, we've met the 10 goals we had to do last year. So now we are one of the top clubs in Brazil and in the world. Yes. The meeting guide is to leave your microphone on mute. Whenever you need to speak, you can open your microphone. We do the applause in sign language, so you can do like this if you want to applaud someone. Try to use the word of the day. Brianna Paris will talk about the word of the day very soon, and I encourage you to do it. Every time a person uses the word of the day, we give a thumbs up, so the person knows we recognize her job or his job. And please place pin on the timer picture. The timer of the day will be this young man here. His name is Pedro. Yes. He's smiling right now because he's so friendly. Yeah. So guys, go on top of his picture and press the 3 dots there. Just click there and put pin if you are a speaker. Yes. So Alexandre and Rafael. All right. And we keep our meetings recorded on YouTube, so you can access the meeting later if you didn't have the chance to participate in the live meeting. You can also access it later on, right? And for our guests, it is not mandatory to speak, but we encourage you to participate in the second part of the meeting, which is the impromptu speech that will be held by Alexandre Magno. You can give speeches about any topic, yes, and you need to improvise. So it's a very nice way to challenge yourself. The club mission is to develop public speaking and leadership skills through active participation, inclusive experience, and continuous learning. That's our mission, and that's what we're trying to do right now. We are a nonprofit educational organization, and we are in 143 countries. Yes. We're still growing in Brazil. We are not so big in Brazil yet, but we will be soon. And those are some companies that use the Toastmasters program to improve their employees' public speaking skills. So you can see there are a lot of companies interested in this topic. And today, the theme of this meeting is representativeness. Yes, and here I have a picture of one of my idols. Yes, I don't know if you know the name. Who knows his name here in the meeting? Anyone? Lucas, no? Guys, maybe you don't know him, but you know some of his work. Yes, his name is Michael Schur, right here. And he's very famous for some series many of the most popular series nowadays, it was his creation. He's one of the genius in the area of writing scripts, yes, and plots, and he's like the best. So that's my choice of the day. And maybe, if you don't know him, maybe you know this thing here, Parks and Recreation. That's one of my favorite series. It's about political, this woman here, she's a politician, and she always tries to make her best to improve the city, etc. And that's one of my favorite comedy series ever, yes? It's like they mock the political world. It's like the House of Cards, but the comedy version of it, yes? So I highly recommend you to watch it. That being said, I'm going to introduce you the people who will be part of this meeting. Pedro Cardoso, he will be the timer for this meeting. Pedro, can you talk a little bit about your role in this meeting, please?
Sure, my friend. Guys, it's a pleasure to be here with all of you. And today I am the timer of the meeting, and my role here is to help the speakers to keep track of their time. So in order to do that, I'll change my background. So at the minimum required time, my background will turn green like that. At the middle, yellow, and at the end, red. After the red screen appears here, the speaker has 30 seconds to finish the speech in order to be eligible as the best speech of the day. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you so much. So guys, if you are the speaker of the day, please pin Pedro's video so you can follow the change of colors better, right? So let's go to our next. Okay, the counter of the day is going to be Jumar Anderson. Jumar, can you talk a little? Is Jumar here?
Hello.
Yes,
I'm here.
there you go. Can you talk a little bit about your function?
Good afternoon, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. The purpose of the counter, the role I am going to do today, is to listen attentively to words, sounds that are used as a filler, a pause filler. I will also listen for filler sounds, including air, and repetitive words. This means at the end of the meeting, I will report these words that I take note here. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Juma. Thank you for helping us. Yeah, okay, this is very important because sometimes we have some, we use some words repeatedly, and we use filler words that are unnecessary. So if we know, if we are mindful of our mistakes, we have room to seek improvements. Yes. So let's go to the next one. It's gonna be grammarian. The grammarian of the day is gonna be Brianna Paris. Guys, Brianna is from the US, so she's one of the most, one of the best people to help us improve our English. Brianna, can you talk a little bit about your role? You're muted, Brianna.
Sorry. Yes, I can talk about my role, Kim. So my role today as the grammarian will be to just spot check on people's English grammar and to catch any major deficiencies and any positive things that people are using. I will also be tracking the word of the day, which is idle. And the word of the day, idle, it means a person or thing that is greatly admired, loved, or revered. So if you get the opportunity, we will be keeping track and we will do the silent applause if you use the word of the day.
Yes, Brianna, can you read us a sentence of example, please?
Yes. Idle, someone who is admired. That is the definition. An example would be, I got to meet my idol in the event.
Yes. Thank you so much, Brianna. Yes, thank you so much. And guys, please use the word of the day, right? It's the perfect word for the team we are talking about right now. Yes, so awesome. And let's go to another person. The topics master of the day is gonna be Alexandre Magno. He has prepared some slides, some topics for us to discuss. And Alexandre, can you talk a little bit about your role? You're muted. No, now I can hear you.
My role here is to present some challenges, some questions for impromptu speeches. Be fast speeches without preparation. It's a very good exercise for everyone who wants to speak in different situations.
Thank you, Alexandre. Thank you so much. So guys, that's one of my favorite parts of Toastmaster. When I wasn't a member yet, I was part of the Impromptu Speech. It was in January of last year, yes. And it was like a very nice experience. In that time, we had face-to-face meetings. So it was a little bit more challenging because we were facing the crowds, we were facing the audience, yes, right in front of our eyes. So maybe we will go back to this face-to-face meetings soon after everyone is vaccinated, right? Fingers crossed. All right. And general evaluator is going to be Akiko Yamagami. Is this correct? I never know. Is it Yamagami?
You got it. Yes, Yamagami, Akiko here.
All right. Tell me a little bit about your role, please, Akiko.
Oh, yes. As a general evaluator, at the end of the meeting, I will give you my feedback to all of you who will have the function today. And the overall meeting, like a general meeting feedbacks and then functions. And also I will evaluate the evaluator's evaluation. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Akiko. Thank you so much, guys. So those are the people involved in our meeting, and they will help us do the best we can. Because, guys, we are a club, yes? We cannot make a progress alone. We need to count on our colleagues here so we can improve. If you want to give a speech, you need someone to evaluate your speech. So it's very nice for you to be the evaluator sometimes so we can change the roles. And you also becomes more mature once you evaluate someone. You can think about yourself, about how you can improve your own speech, right? So that said, let's start with our first prepared speech. The first one is going to be Rafael Gomes. He will talk about, he's in the path Mastering the Presentation. His project is Evaluation and Feedback, and his evaluator will be Brianna Paris. And the title of his presentation is The Week in Your History. All right. So, Rafael, have a nice speech. The floor is all yours.
Thanks. So I'm thanks for I'm so nervous. I'm a little bit nervous, but I will try to give my best today.
All right, don't worry. You can start whenever you feel
today
ready.
I'm not going to talk about myself. Instead, I will try to explain how our society formed, the naming and defining the amount, the days of the week, throughout the history. It's something like that. So in the past, when the human discovered about the Earth has a cycle around the sun, they called this event of the year, and a lot of societies in history defined your time on it. So the week is not the same like we know. So like 7 days. We had some societies like Basques from Spain that they had 3 days per week, or like Chinese and French that they had 10 days per week, and we have a lot of influence of the Rome culture. So we had 7 days per week. We have so sorry. How we have this influence? They when they create the days, they have some they wanna be represents the planets and or some things of the sky. So they had sun like Sunday or the day of the sun, moon like Monday, like the day of the moon, and Saturn like Saturday, that was a planet and to God, and a God too. Sorry. So it's the first meaning that the Roman society composed your week. And we had in English, we had a lot of influence of the names of the week, like some Vikings gods. So Tyr was a god of war, and we have Tuesday. He has a history that he fight with a wolf and lost one of her hand. So Wednesday, we call with this name, but because we refers audience. So the king of the gods, Vikings, and the most wise God on the heaven. So Thursday refers a character of Marvel, Thor's. He the thunder's god. And Friday we had this name because it means Frigg, the only woman, the only woman god of the Vikings, and the women's of the and the Vikings women's claims to Frigg to have blessings when they give birth. So it's a part of the history of how we form it. Here on Brazil, we had a feira at the end of the name because in the past, before Easter on Holy Week, some a good Christians people had the week to rest. So it's the name from Latin, like Saturday means two. So we have to sábado, like Saturday, that means Sabbath from Jews. It means the day of the rest too. And domingo, that means the Dominicus days from Latin, and we have in English the day of the Lord. So I will try to explain it. Sorry about my English, and it's my speech. Thanks.
All right. Okay, I vanished for a while. Thank you, Rafael. Thank you for your speech. Guys, I want to remember to all of you that it's very important to challenge yourself to speak in English, to give long speeches, because we're here to do this right now. We're here to improve in a safe place, yes? So Rafael, he's taking a huge step to challenge himself, yes, to try to put the words together in a language that you don't know so well. So it's very challenging. Congratulations, Rafael, for your courage to be here today, right? And I ask you to give him a feedback, online feedback in the chat box. People will put the link for you, yes? And it's very important to give this feedback to him so he can reflect about how he can improve his next speech. All right, thank you, Akiko. Timer, 1 minute on the clock. I don't know if you are already doing this. And meanwhile, let's see what Gilmar has in his background. Gilmar, who is your idol?
My idol is a Brazilian guitar player from Rio Grande do Sul, Yamandu Costa. We know that Rio Grande do Sul have a very regional kind of music to dance in balls, but him developed a more worldwide style, mixing Brazilian music with jazz and a lot of improvisation. I admire him because of that. He becomes himself the music when he is playing.
All right. See, guys, we have two people who like singers and musicians. Yes, Akiko and Gilmar. And Akiko has, I think it's the picture of Toquinho. Yes.
Kim, time's up.
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you so much. So guys, now we're gonna receive our second speaker of the day, Alexandre Magno. He is in the Persuasive Influence staff. The project is to apply the previous feedback he had received so he can improve. I'm gonna be his evaluator, and the title of his speech is Our Biggest Challenge. Alexandre, you have the words. Have a great speech.
Thank you. Please, my friend, close your eyes for a moment and think about what you most want in your life. Just let some image come to your mind. Maybe this image is a little blurred, but probably you thought about something. Maybe you thought about becoming a star, an idol. Maybe you thought about getting rich, famous, etc. But now I'm going to tell you about the secret of life. And the secret of life is quite simple. First rule, you can get whatever you want. But first of all, you need to know what you want. Oh, but I just want to be happy. No, please, please, have an objective. I want to do this and that in this time frame, and more important, you really need a plan. Okay, what I'm going to do to get to this objective. And maybe you are thinking, okay, now she's gonna say that I have to stick to the plan. I can't give up because it's essential to be self-disciplined. Not necessarily. In fact, your plan will change a lot over time. But what you need most is to check your plan and adapt to the realities and to your new mentality, because you are changing while you are doing, while you're living. You are not all the same. And maybe you're thinking, I can fail, I can fail. I can fail because I'm gonna be a total failure, a waste of human resource. Then I'm gonna tell you, you must fail. You must fail often. You must fail fast. And preferably, you must fail cheap. Failing is a natural process. Probably is our best teacher. It's much easier to remember what we missed, our errors, our mistakes, than to remember what we did right. So don't worry about it. In fact, be worried if you are not failing. Because if you have not, the last times, failure, well, it means probably that you didn't try. You are probably stagnated, and it's much worse to be stagnated than to have a failure. Understand, maybe our worst fate is to die, but not a physical death, but to die of boredom, deadly boredom. It's the worst thing that can happen to your life. But please remember, you can't control everything. The reality doesn't obey you. You can control your thoughts, you can control your actions, but the world has a life of its own. The other people have their life that wishes. And that means life is unpredictable. You never know with sure what will happen. In fact, Machiavelli once said, 50% of life is luck and 50% is effort, is your merit. But in the end, your dreams probably will not come true because your dreams will change. You will change, the world will change. You wanted to be an astronaut when you were 8-year-old. Now you're probably not. And you see that's not a problem. And in the end, what you really learn is that the purpose, the objective, is not the most important. The most important thing in the end is to please pay attention, is to cherish your life with the people you met during your plan. Your life depends not on your plan, not on your objectives, but depends on the fulfilling relations that you will have because of that. There is the secret. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexandre. Well done. Excellent. All right. So this was the speech of Alexandre Magno. Akiko, she puts the link on the chat box so you can give an online feedback for him. Yes, we're gonna have 1 minute for this. Pedro, please do what you have to do. And guys, we have to think about it. Yes, Alexandre brought a very deep topic for us. Yes, what is our biggest challenge? What we have to reflect about in our lives. So, do you have a plan? Are you failing? He said you have to fail. If you're not failing, you're doing something wrong. Yes. So we have to keep that in mind. Nice speech. Daniel, can you talk a little bit about your idol?
Yes. So this is Eliud Kipchoge. Is the man that's fastest of the world. He accomplished a marathon in less than 2 hours. So before it's people think that it wouldn't be possible to do it, but he has done it, and I admire him. He's my idol. Yeah.
Excellent, beautiful, Daniel. Thank you so much. See, guys, some people inspire us. Time's up, Pedro?
Yes,
Right.
Time's up.
It's nice that we have athletes and artists as our idols, right? It's very important. And now I'm going to talk a little bit more about my idol, and I've just lost track of my slides. 1 second. Come back here. Yeah, there you go. So Michael Schur is also responsible for this brilliant series called Brooklyn Nine-Nine. What is so good about this series? Besides being a very, very funny series with very smart jokes that I laugh a lot, the author has focused on some social issues. So he talked about Black people in this series. The 2 bosses of the police department, they are Black people. Yes, one of them is a gay Black cop. So it makes us reflect about representativeness. Yes, it's very good to have a Black people in a leading role in a series, so Black people can see yourself in leadership positions. We also have strong women in the series, which is Amy, and I forgot her name. No, yes, I forgot her name, but those are very strong women. They are very dedicated. And the series also talked about friendship. Boyle is the best friend of Jake, and they have a very nice friendship. So there are many things in this series that make us reflect, make us learn, and I really recommend it if you want a comedy series, a short comedy series with nice characters. All right, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And now I'm gonna call Pedro, the timer, to give us the reports of the time. Pedro, please.
Right, so I'll bring great news for the speakers here. All of them are eligible to be voted as the best speech. And the speaker one, Rafael Gomes, has done it in 7 minutes, 14 seconds. And Alexandre in 6 minutes, 37 seconds.
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you so much. So guys, every speaker is eligible to be voted. And now, Akiko, please give us the link so we can vote to the best speaker of the day. Guys, please vote. Yes. In the end of the meeting, we will know the results. Today we learned about the days of the week, right? The Sunday, Monday, Thursday, that's the day of the Thor. And Wednesday, that's the day of the another god that I forgot now, but in Portuguese is not so good. Yes, guys, in Portuguese like segunda, terça. It doesn't have the culture background of the words in English or in other languages. Yes. All right. The votes are being computed. While we are voting, Rafael, can you talk a little bit about your idol? Who is your idol?
My idol is Dumbledore from the history of J.K. Rowling. I love this character because he is wise and his action is to be good. So is that.
All right. Guys, one thing that it's nice to mention is once I was in therapy talking to my psychologist, and he said to me, Kim, you don't need to have like a real person as an idol. You can have a fiction character. You can admire a character in a movie, in a series, in a book. So we can have this in our lives, and thank God we have good writers, yes, so we can get inspired like this Dumbledore, yes. What I liked more about Dumbledore was that every time Harry was in the hospital, he was in the hospital during all the books, right? He was the most he always got hurt, and Dumbledore would go to him and say, here, have some chocolates. Now, while you're eating your chocolate, think about what you learned from this experience. Yeah, so he would give a chocolate and a hard task for him to think about. Yeah, so I remember this. All right, and now we're gonna have our networking break. Yes, timer, please count 10 minutes for us so we can have a networking break. And guys, you can drink a glass of water, you can walk, you can do whatever you want. You can stay here and talk to us, yes? Feel free to do whatever you want. When I saw this picture, I thought it was Gandalf. But I'm not sure if it is the same actor or they look very similar to each other.
This picture is the sixth film from the Harry Potter, of the Harry Potter. Oh my god. It's Dumbledore.
Right.
But it's similar to Gandalf too.
So I will drink some water too, and I will be back soon.
Luis, Carlos, tudo bem? I remember you visited us last weekend as well. You are muted.
Yes, now I'm okay. Yes, last week we talked after the meeting had finished. We stayed a little bit later, and then
Yes.
she gave me some advice on some questions I had. Remember?
I remember. Yeah.
And then you were the only one, okay? And then when I left you, I think you stayed with her because I think you had something to talk to her, right?
Not so much. We just say have a nice weekend and then just go.
Okay. So, but okay, where are you from? Are you Brazilian?
I am from Japan, but I'm living in Brasília now. I'm learning
really?
Portuguese. Yes, yes. How about you? You know somebody from this club, Toastmasters?
No, in fact, I got in touch with it, okay, some time ago, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And I didn't know anything about it, okay? And then at that time, I couldn't find much information about it. So I kind of forgot it. One of these days, I don't know how I came across the Toastmaster. I think it was, I was browsing in the simplest site, I think, and I saw this Toastmasters, and then it rang a bell. Oh, that speech club, and then so I tried, and the first one I found was the Brasilia group, and I got in touch. The first person was, and then I think Raquel was one of the persons that after the meeting, she got in touch with me, and then we talked a little bit, and then she included me in her list, and then we have been chatting, okay, and then she invited me for this meeting.
I see. Are you interested in giving a speech or developing your speech skill?
Yes, of course. That's why I'm here. Not only, okay, so in English, but also in Portuguese. As you know, I'm a teacher.
Hi, Daniel.
I'm a physical education. And I'd like to speak to improve my speech, my mistakes, etc. We always have something to improve.
Do you need to give a speech in your life at your job, or
No, never. As a physical education teacher and as an English teacher, and then I have just spoken to my students.
Are you an English teacher?
In fact, I graduated when I was 17, and since then I've been teaching. Okay, so I did some stops, but I give some private classes, and that's it. And actually, nowadays I have been running out of students due to my incapacity of dealing with computers, etc. But I'm improving on. I'm trying to improve on this. And I'm giving some, voluntary class for some missionaries who are in Europe, who are in Roraima, who need to speak English.
Wow. Hi, Danielle.
Hi, Akiko. How are you?
Maybe this is first time to talk to you in person.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
it's
that's
not
true.
In person.
Yeah,
but,
it's on screen. Yeah, that's true.
On screen, yes.
Yes. Are you in Brasília?
Yes, I am in Brasília.
That's
How
nice.
about you?
Yeah, actually, right now I am in Anápolis. That's my mom's city. It's really close here. Yeah, it's really close.
It's a beautiful city. I never been there, but reputation, like we can do day trip or weekend trip to Anápolis, right?
That's nice. That's good.
What do you recommend for people when visit your town?
Right here, I don't know if you have like some options to do some tourism attractions, but close to here, you have like a lot of waterfalls, like in Pirenópolis, Corumbá, a lot of cities that's really, really nice to be here. Especially right now, that's really hot.
Yeah, it's so hot here. It must be good to jump into the waterfall. I remember, Luis, are you around São Paulo? You're around São Paulo, right?
Yes, I'm in São Paulo at the moment. Although I'm Brazilian, yes.
Are you from Brasília?
I have never been there. The closest I have been to Brasília was, I think it was in Pirenópolis. I've been to Pirenópolis once.
Oh, that's nice.
I went there to visit a friend who was living in a kind of hippie community at that time.
Interesting.
You like it?
What kind of community?
Like Pirenópolis.
Yes, I loved it. I loved it.
That's nice. That's nice.
Oh, what did you do there in Pirenópolis?
Oh, I went there to visit this couple, this friend, and then he was living there in a community, in a yoga community, and I stayed there for almost 1 week. We were working in the land, gardening, doing yoga, chanting some songs, resting, meditating.
So interested.
Meditating.
So interesting.
That's it. That's all the simple things of life.
Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. I didn't know that. Our Toastmaster is coming back.
Yes. Do we still have time? Is it up?
Sorry, did you talk to me?
Oh, there you go. Time's up. All right.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So let's go back. Let's everyone. Raquel, Eizu, Raquel Fontes, Brianna. Let's go back. All right. So guys, in the second part of the meeting, we will have our table topics. And I'm gonna share my screen. Yeah, I don't need to share my screen. Alexandre Magno is gonna conduct this second part of the meeting, yes. Remember, guys, you can participate if you are a member, if you are a visitor, you can participate in this topic. It's very important to volunteer yourself, yes. So you can challenge yourself and try to think of ways to improve your English while doing this, right? So the floor is yours, Alexandro. Guys, welcome him.
Thank you, Kim. Please, I need a volunteer. Who wants to speak first? It will be simple questions I want to ask you. Just one question per person. Who will be the first?
Alexandre.
Luis. Yes, Akiko.
Me. Akiko.
Okay. Okay. Akiko, if you had more free time, what would you do?
I will read more books. Oh, I will start the Impromptu Speech now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Akiko, you have.
Yes, yes.
We have the time to talk about this. Yes, what would you do with more time?
I'm sorry.
That was funny.
I thought the question was continuing, but that was.
No.
Okay, I will talk. Let me think a little bit to make it last up to 1 minute as a minimum. Okay, timer. Pedro, please, let's get started. What do I do when I have free time? I already said I will read more books. That is first answer, because these days, thankfully, my life is getting busy. I have several topics I commit myself with dedication. One is job, the other is Toastmasters. I decided I will vote myself into this club as much as possible, at least 1 year. And then the third is my life. And every coisas じゃなくて everything are important. And then these days I learned from one very smart person who keeps reading. If you want to learn or deepen your knowledge or outcome about some things you are learning, read 10 books at the minimum, 10 books at one subject at the minimum. Even you don't have to deeply reading each books, but just to get the general idea. If you read 10 books for one subject, you become a kind of middle level of expert. You can't be an expert, but you can deepen yourself by that. That's, I really get excited about that idea. So back to you, Alessandra. Obrigada. Thank you for the opportunity.
Arigato, Akiko. Okay, I think it's Luis now. Luis, please tell me if you like to go to the zoo. Yes or not, and why? Your audio. Yeah.
Now I'm okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
When I was younger, I used it to like more than I do now, because nowadays I don't think the animals should be kept in cages, right? So, and in fact, they're not happy there, and I think they are away from the habitat. although people try, the veterinarians, etc., the people in the zoo try to imitate their natural habitat, they lack abilities, or because the natural habitat is where they really belong to. And instead of being happy in the zoo, I see a lot of sadness. Okay, so I don't think people should be happy in seeing people in cages. If you put yourself in their shoes, all right, imagine if you were there and people watching you and having fun, taking pictures and etc., and then you were out of your natural habitat. I think, okay, I'd rather go to, how to say, a safari, or to see the animals in their own habitat. I think it would be more interesting for me and for them. That's my idea now.
Thanks, Luis. It's a very chin speech and not obvious. Thank you. Well, who's the next volunteer?
I think I can go. I've been out for a while.
Hi, Raquel. How long?
Yes.
Well, do you think you will be in 10 years working more or less?
Ooh. Well, I hope I'll be working. I'm satisfied with the amount of time I dedicate to work. So I hope what I should improve is how I spend my time working. So I should focus more and do more with my time, the time that I have. So I think I'll be working more, but not because I'll do more hours, but because instead I will be able to do more things with the time that I'm working. So I can work that number of hours in the day, not needing to work at night or at the weekends. Thank you.
Thank you, Raquel. Who's the next volunteer?
I can be the volunteer.
Okay, Danielle. Please, can you tell us a little bit about a project in your home or in your work that you have right now?
Okay, so I will try to explain a little bit a project that I have in a personal life. And I am a scuba diver. I really like that. And I discovered that in Brasília, we kind of have Paranoá Lake that's possible to do it. So, and I tried like a first time to scuba, and first of all was like really scared, and especially because Paranoá is a little bit dark and the water. But nowadays I'm challenging myself to do. I have done two courses, and right now I'm engaged in the third one. So I'm really appreciate that we have. I'm really glad that I have this experience to be free at the water, and it really make me feel that I'm free, and that's really I really liked it. So that's it. Thank you. Back to you, Alexandre.
Thank you, Danielle. Well, it must be a very interesting experience, scuba diving. I've never done something like that. I was really curious. Well, what is our next volunteer? Someone?
Do it, Alexandre. Let me try.
Okay. Tell me what your hometown is famous for.
What more? What? Sorry.
What your hometown is famous for.
Home?
Hometown, the city where you live.
To talk about my hometown?
Yes, what it's famous for.
What my hometown is famous for?
Yes.
Okay. Foz do Iguaçu city here in the border with Paraguay and Argentina is primarily famous for the cataratas or Iguaçu Falls because it is a gift, nature's, God's gift to our place here. And after that, we have the Itaipu Dam, a hydroelectrical power plant here. It is the bigger producer of energy in the world. And aside of these two things, we have people who like to come to Paraguay, here 15 minutes from my house, to buy things, electronics, and a lot of things, because it is a free tax city. Then the prices are very, very good. And the city, we have in the south part, the border with Argentina, and before the COVID pandemic, we enjoy going there to the restaurants to eat barbecues there. It is very nice, and we can go to the Iguaçu Falls by Brazil and by Argentina too, because it is located in the Iguaçu River. We have a lot of great things here to visit, and Foz do Iguaçu is mainly famous because of cataratas and Itaipu Dam. That is it. Thank you.
Thank you, Gilmar. Well, I'm really curious to know Foz do Iguaçu someday. I've never been there, but I know it's very, very beautiful. Well, so we have another volunteer. Someone?
Hello there.
Hello.
I can't seem to get on the screen. I'm from Arizona. I'm Patricia.
Oh, Patricia. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks to Alateo. She's just sent me the connection. So hi, everyone.
Hi. Well, Patricia, so let me ask you.
Yes.
What do you think is the most important invention of your lifetime?
The important invention.
The most important invention of your lifetime.
To me, the most important invention is right now, this very, very minute. What's going on is the ability of the people. I am from America, and today thousands, maybe millions, are marching. And they are marching for the invention of the freedom to vote. And I would love to share that with my dear, dear friends in Brazil and around the world. It's the brightest thing that was invented, our ability to stand up. That's number one. And number two, I would like this time to say another bright thing. The brightest invention is the fact that across the world, unbeknownst to myself until today, countries such as Mexico are rescuing journalists from the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, many of the Soviet Union satellites, to come to freedom. And nobody knows it, but they're doing it. So to the rest of the world, that is what I believe is the biggest invention, when mankind stands up in my lifetime and fights for each other. So thank you for asking. I know you expected me to say something about the web or something like that, and that's what Toastmasters would like. But I want to say something that I love coming to Brazil, and I love being with all of you. Thank you for the time.
you, Patricia. You really surprised me with your speech. I know that I thought you were going to talk about something called technology, but in the end, what we value most is our freedom. It's not
Yes.
only in the US, but here in Brazil also. And we can't afford to lose it bit by bit as it is happening everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for asking me.
Okay. Now back to Kim.
All right. Thank you, Alexandre. Thank you for the table topics. Yes, we had some unexpected speeches. And now let's check if the speakers could do their speeches within the time limits. Pedro, can you please give us a time report?
Sure. The only person who isn't available to be voted right now is Raquel, who delivered her speech in 54 seconds, almost there, almost 1 minute. And so the other ones, Akiko, 1 minute, 32 seconds. Luis, 1 minute, 20 seconds. Danielle, 1 minute, 16 seconds. Jumar, 1 minute, 41. And Patricia, 1 minute, 28 seconds. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Pedro. Now, guys, Akiko will put the link in the chat box so we can vote in the best impromptu speech of the day. All right, and guys, while you're voting, I'm gonna share another thing about Michael Schur. Another good series of Michael Schur is the famous The Good Place. The Good Place was his last work, and for the first time, it wasn't about a work environment like Parks and Recreation and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So what is good about this series? The main character is like, we have 4 main characters, yes, these 4 here, and also the architects of the city and a robot called Janet. The good thing about this series is that they represent an interracial couple, yes, a black guy with a white woman. So that's interesting. That goes against the many taboos in society, especially in the United States. And they also talk about what is to be a good person. What makes you a good person? So they talk about this. So do you deserve to go to the bad place or to the good place? So it's a very philosophical series. It talks about very important issues and make us think about what is right and what is wrong. And that's why I love this series and I really recommend it to you, right? Does anyone here know any of the series I talked about? Parks and Recreation, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and The Good Place? Raise your hands. Yes? Yes. All these works or this beautiful series came from the same person, Michael Schur, my idol. Yes? So he's a genius. Keep in mind that the next series he will launch will be a huge success as well. I'm just looking for it. And now it's time for the evaluator's feedback. Brianna Paris will evaluate this speech of Rafael Gomes. Yes, she'll have 2 minutes to 3 minutes to talk about this and give him a feedback. Brianna, Is everything okay? Yes, are you there? So the floor is yours.
Great. Rafael, what an excellent job. We all knew, you expressed that you were nervous and you blew it out of the water. You did great. You really did. So I was super impressed by the fact that you completely memorized your speech. No notes, no anything, which is super impressive. A lot of people, refer to their notes, and it was super, super impressive. The topic was also very interesting. It engaged the audience, what you were talking about. You talked about the Sunday and how the origins of the words, moon, Monday, Saturn, Saturday. And what I really liked was that you started the speech off talking about what I'm going to discuss. That gives the audience an idea, oh, okay, that's what he's going to talk about. And that's really interesting. I really also liked the clarity. Your English is great. As a native, I understood everything perfectly. A couple things that I had trouble on was keeping my focus while you were using filler words. So words like it was a little bit distracting for me, and could be distracting to others as well. I am guilty of it, but maybe a suggestion would be pausing, breathing, and using less filler words, even though I know I'm using them right now. The other thing that I really liked was you stood during your speech, but I would say that there was a lot of movement left to right. I think maybe because you were nervous, and you could tell because of your movement left to right as you were standing. I would challenge you to keep more eye contact with the audience. There were moments throughout the speech where I saw you look up and I saw you pausing and thinking. I think if you consistently look at the camera and try to engage the audience, that would really maintain your speech. The third thing would be ask questions or engage the audience and try to get them to participate, even if they don't respond. Did you guys know the origin of the word Monday? They don't need to respond, but it's a good way to keep the audience engaged. Overall, great, great speech, Rafa. Really, really proud of you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Brianna. Thank you so much. And guys, that's it. We should never compare ourselves with other people because they are in a different pace, they are in a different level in their lives. Yes, we have to compare ourselves with ourselves from the past so we can notice our progress, and that's very important to keep in mind. And now I'm gonna call Kim Gibson to give the feedback of Alexandre Moreira. Kim, are you there? There you go. Yes, I am. So 1 second, Pedro. I will remove Brianna from the spotlight. Yes, now I can talk. So, Alexandre Magno, you gave a speech called Our Biggest Challenge, yes? The title of your speech is very nice because it has some mystery in it, and you make the audience curious about the title, and that's a very good thing to start off, yes? And then in the beginning of your speech, you talked about the secret of life. And I was like, oh my God, it has a secret. And you got me engaged in this part, which was very nice. And you mentioned lots of things like you have to make a plan, but the plan will change over time, which is a very nice thing to think, yes? And you mentioned the failures we will have in our lives, and we have to embrace failure and not suffer from it for, yes, and lack enthusiasm because you failed once or twice. Yeah, so those were really nice advices. Yeah, and you use the word cherish. You have to cherish your experience, the path you're going through. Yes, it's a very nice word to use, cherish. And so Congratulations for this language use. Regarding the vocal variety, maybe you could work on dramatizing some parts of your speech with more emphasis, right? Your tone of voice was not so varied during your speech. It was kind of the same tone. So maybe you can work on that. And regarding the visual contact, you asked me to pay attention to it. You had a steady look. You were like consistent throughout your presentation, but you were not looking directly to the camera. You were looking, actually, I'm not looking to the camera right now. I have to look here. So it's very hard to look to the camera and not to the screen, yeah? So maybe you can work on this. And I didn't see any gesture. I didn't see gestures during your speech, and I think you should work on that. Maybe it can give more dynamic to your speech to move your hands around a little bit, okay? Regarding the comforts, you were very much comfortable with your speech. The pace of your speech showed you were owning your speech. You didn't rush at any point, so that was very nice. The clarity of the team was also very nice, very present in your speech. And regarding engagement, I would suggest for you, when you ask a question, that you started asking a question. You close your eyes and think about this. I wish you could give us more time to really close our eyes and think about what you were thinking. I was about to obey your commands, but then you moved on, and then I couldn't close my eyes. Yes? So wait and insist that people actually do what you say in your next speech. To challenge yourself, I want you to make longer pauses and make your audience think about what you're saying. Congratulations. That's it. Guys, is it too narcissistic if I applaud myself? I don't know. Maybe it is. All right. And now I will ask Pedro Cardoso to give us the report of the speeches of the evaluator. Pedro, please.
So here I go. Brianna give her evaluation in 2 minutes, 37 seconds. And you in 3 minutes, 22 seconds. So both of you are eligible to be voted.
I was really worried because when I saw the red screen, I said, okay, I won't be eligible to be voted. That's the thing I have to work on, guys. I don't know how to respect the time frame, not in Toastmasters, not in my life, not in any place. Time is an illusion.
Everybody voted, so it's done.
All right. 1 second. All right. Now I'm gonna ask for the accounter, Gilmar Anderson. Please, Gilmar, can you give us the reports of the accounter?
I'm going to tell the numbers of repetitions and the filler words in the order that the people talked in the meeting. Keen, I heard 4A, 2 so, Rafael 15A, 15 5 so, and some repeats as off, we've had. And Alexandre speech, nothing. Pedro, nothing. Alexandre as topic master, 1 Akiko, nothing. Luis Carlos, 2 1 so, and a repetition, they lack. Daniel, 2 us, and repeats like a to, the, and Patricia, nothing. Brianna in the evaluation, 1 and Kim in the evaluation, 3 us. That's it. The word is yours, King Gibson.
Thank you, Jumar. Thanks for your report. I'm glad I did so few filler words this time. Usually I talk a little bit more than that. All right. And then we have the report of the grammarian, Brianna Perez. She will shed some light on our recurrent mistakes, on how we can improve our English, the correct vocab or correct grammar, yes? And I'm very glad she accepted this role because she's one of the most interesting people to do this role, right? So Brianna, the word is yours, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Thank you, Kim. Okay, I must admit that this particular meeting, we have some phenomenal English speakers because it was really, really hard to find anything. All of this is just me nitpicking, but overall, great meeting. I saw barely any issues with English grammar. So Hafa, I did catch one thing you said, influency. I would replace that with influence, which is the noun version of that. And then you also said that he fight, that would be past tense. So he fought in the past. Alexandre, great use of the word cherish. I know Kim already mentioned, but your vocabulary is phenomenal. I didn't see any issues. Akiko, great job. I didn't see anything. And you also caught yourself on the every coisas, everything quickly. You were really, really fast with that. And everybody was happy. Luis, great. I didn't catch anything. Raquel, no issues. Daniel, no issues. Gilmar, I did hear company is the bigger producer. Normally you want to say is the biggest producer, or I think that's what you meant to say. And then you said free tax city. That's really good use. I would just reverse those words, tax-free city. I also, Gilmar, really liked that you used the word enjoyed instead of I liked. You said I liked X, Y, and Z. I don't remember exactly what it was, but you almost corrected yourself and you said I enjoy. And that's a much more articulate word. I would encourage everyone to think of words like that, like Gilmar did, and replace them with more articulate words like enjoy, which was great. Other than that, I caught really no other issues. Great job. Everybody's English is superb.
Thank you, Brianna. Yes, Queen of Talk. Guys, so this is it. So we had a grammarian report so we can reflect on our English, how can we improve our speeches. And now it's the time for Akiko Yamamagami. This name is so different. Akiko-san, can you please give us your general impression of the meeting, give the report of the general evaluator?
Of course. Thank you, Toastmaster Kim. And then thank you, everyone. I really enjoyed today's meeting. It is the last minute. Everybody decided, or we decided, I will be the general evaluator today. It was just 1 hour ago. And then this is very good challenge for me. In your real life, Alessandro said, life is unpredictable. It is, I would say that. But now I'm really enjoying to giving a feedback to all of you who had the functions today, because I learned a lot from everybody. I will, for our meeting, it's important to start the meeting at the shop on time. This is Toastmasters beauty side. I really like it. And it could happen thanks to Kim, Toastmasters. And then I would say thanks to me too. It's actually thanks to Alethea, who gave me the advice 2 hours ago before starting the meeting. Sent me WhatsApp. Akiko, you can send this photo, like it's live among our members group chat. When I opened the Zoom room, I shared the message so that everyone can get the heads up. So everybody make this happen. I like that. And let's go to the every functions. I will give the feedback, but I need a Pedro in front of me. Okay. So our Toastmaster, Kim, thank you so much. I prepared lots of scripts, but it's boring, so I just speak up what I'm thinking. I really liked you always engaging us. You always give us lots of plan ideas. For example, the idols to the background. You started this idea, and you actually make it work during the tiny stops between during the meeting. You use this as a hook to start conversation of each person as much as possible. And sometimes someone give us an idea, but they don't use that idea well. But you make the best out of your idea. I really appreciate it. Since you are good, I want to add some little weak point of view, because to be even. Since you told us this idea just today, if it was too short notice, not everybody can prepare. So if you plan a little bit earlier, it will be more engaging. Everybody can join this great idea. Second, topic master, Alessandro, I guess he left already. It's so sad, but I leave the message. Like I made a mishap. His question was so simple. What do you do if you have more free time? It was interesting. It's not that common in a table topic. People tend to make more complicated questions. It is very fun, but also having the simple question, every speaker can be more creative because you have a lot of freedom. You can say anywhere, anything you want. That was another interesting point. And then I really like that he gave feedbacks to each speakers. It makes speakers feel, oh, it was good. It was rewardable to give a challenge. And Timer Pedro, I really like you. You are almost idol of me today as a Zoom master. Because, yay, I said that. Because you summarize, when you give the report of time, you summarize at first who is eligible, who is not, sadly. It helps us so much. You know what you want to report. If you give such tiny summarize, you don't have to do that. But if you add it, you make a big difference for audience. Thank you so much. And our counter, Gilman, his report was very precise. And this is how his role is expected, being precise. But I know this is important part of all of us to notice how much filler words we are making, right? Thank you so much, Gilman. And the grammar, Brianna, I really liked your first part of your part. I mean, start with summary. You gave us a good feedback, like, because you're a native speaker, we tend to, as a second language speaker, tend to get nervous to give a feedback from native speaker. We always have fear, how is my English? They understand my English. But first part already make us relax. Okay, she will give us very positive feedback. And then whatever you say to me, I will accept, because of the opening was very, make us relieved. Thank you so much. And evaluators, so Brianna and Kim. Brianna again. Basically, first of all, Kim and Brianna is how fluent you both speaking English are. Everybody knows this. So how can I give a feedback on your evaluation? I thought, I really liked Brianna's speed of talking. When you give the feedback to Hafa, I don't know it was intentionally or not. You make very clearly short words. You make the point short and then not so speed up. It was good tempo to understand what you're telling us. And I personally noticed you are having less filler words than before. I remember when you when you gave me a feedback, you made more than 20 filler words, and we are surprised, right? It was July, last July. In 2 months, congratulations, you made a lot of improvement. And one thing, maybe if you become more perfect, maybe the background kind of distracted, because idle, as an evaluator, it's not related. As a grammarian, it is perfect setting. If you be more professional, maybe you can think about it. At Kim, I really liked your eye contact, and then your personality is warm, everybody knows, but the eye contact and then the clearly delivered your feedbacks is you deliver more than that. How can I say? Heart to heart. I understand how much you have empathy to the speaker. Good teacher. I know. I can tell you are a good teacher from your feedback. Thank you, everybody. I had a good time. Go back to you, Kim. Thank you for letting me challenge this.
Thank you, Akiko. Right on time. Yes, Pedro was getting red already. Yes. And I have to say one thing. In the past, the timer used to have those very shiny backgrounds, like it was like a yellow like the egg, or a very red background, and a green that would burn your eyes. And now they have like more smooth colors, yes, like a light green, etc. I think it's better, these colors. I don't know if it's Pedro's colors or someone gave to him, but I think it's more comforting, soothing colors. Yes. All right. So let's go, guys. Now it's time for us to take a picture of this meeting. Yes. I would ask you to look directly to the camera. If you can open your cameras to take the picture, even better. Yes. So I invite Eizu, Patricia, and Rafael to open your cameras so we can take the picture. Right. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Eizu opens his camera. So Eizu, let's do it again. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Excellent. Thank you, Eizu. Thank you so much. Let me put here. Oh, it was really nice. I will save it. I am a little bit cringy because I always take a picture of the print screen and I open the Paint, like a very old version of Paint. And I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. I think I'm not, but that's how I do it. And now, guys, we're gonna talk about the winners of the day. And the Oscar goes to, right? Winners of the day, the best table topics speaker. Today, the Oscar goes to dun, 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 dun. Luis Carlos, best table topics of the day. Congratulations, Luis Carlos. Yeah, thank you so much. And we also have the best evaluator of the day. And there she goes. Brianna Paris, Queen of Ta, the Queen of the Westeros. Yes, thank you, Brianna, for being here. And we also have the best prepared speech, and the Oscar goes to Alexandre Magno. That's it, Alexandre Magno, best prepared speech. All right, so guys, this was our meeting, yes, where leaders are made. Thank you so much. Our next meeting will be on September 4th. It's gonna be a meeting in Portuguese. And I would like to reinforce with you the very important issue, like all the members, all the participants that scheduled prepared speeches, please thinking of volunteering yourself for roles in the meeting so we can have a very nice meeting with evaluators, a counter, timer, yes? It's very important. Sometimes I send messages to many people, but I wish you could send me some messages to volunteer yourself so I don't need to hunt you down. Yeah, try, please look at my site as well. Yes, it's very important. And I would like to give a special thanks to Brianna that she not only accepted being our grammarian, but she was also an evaluator. So she took 2 roles in one meeting. And that's amazing, Brianna. You are forever in my heart. Yes, I'm forever grateful for you. So, and Akiko-san for taking a very important role in the nick of time, yes? She only had 1 hour to get ready for this role. And thank you for improvising, yeah? Life is about this. Yes, we always, like Mike Tyson said, we always have a plan until someone punches us in the face. And that's how we deal with it, yes? Today we had 4 prepared speeches to be delivered. 3 people canceled, and then 1 people appeared out of the blue. So from the original 4, it was only 1, and 1 came out of the blue. So that's how life is. We plan something, but then we have to improvise, and that's okay. We have to embrace failure, right? Like Alexandre Magno so wisely told us. Thank you for the meeting, and see you next week.
Thank you, everyone.
And watch Michael Schur. Best series ever.
It was fun.
Great
And
job,
listen.
Papa. You did a really good job.
Yeah.
Pouquinho and the Yamandu.
Yamandu?
Yeah, listen to him playing.
All right, yes. Gilmar, if I were you, I would get ready for tonight because you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose some beds.
Yes, I realize it today. I'm not playing that good, but let's do it what's possible.
Yes. I'll be there. I think we will face each other later on.
Maybe.
Patricia, thank you for coming by.
Thank you, Akiko. Kim,
I was thinking of you.
Kim, can you hear me?
Yes, Patricia, tell me, what is it?
I did not get a new Zoom link. So I was trying to get in on the one that I've been using all the way since last year. And so could you send it to my email? Then I will take from my email and put it into a folder on my iPad, and it will be there. Is it the same every week now?
The link is only one now, because in the past we used to have two links, one for Portuguese meetings and one for English meetings.
Right.
But right now we only have one. It's unified. I'm gonna copy the link to you.
Please send it to my email.